Kinsley, a lot of times when you see a bridge collapse like this, it's a mystery for a while exactly what happened. In this case, we basically know what happened. A nearly 1,000-foot cargo ship lost power, and in that process lost the ability to basically steer the ship. They did, as you mentioned, make that Mayday call, but they didn't have the ability to move the ship around, and it just hit the bridge at such a collision. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says there's no bridge in the United States that could have withstood that kind of an impact. Well, Sally and Mark, what's next is the 4 who were convicted will need to be sentenced, and that sedition charge carries a maximum 20-year sentence. So we're looking at very serious prison time. The key thing here is there are 2 components of qualifying. They need 40,000 donors, and they need to be polling at least 1% in either 3 national polls or early state polls. One of those early states is Iowa.
About what happened inside the courthouse today.
So in many ways, this is just like your average citizen going to trial. There are a lot of ways it's not, but, he did have to go in, get fingerprinted, get booked. He did, in fact, plead not guilty inside today as he makes his way to the airport. Department of Defense has been preparing for Inauguration Day for about 4 years now. Part of that preparation includes this scaled map of the parade route, complete with monuments and all. The route color coordinates the sections of every military branch and maps out the course from the U.S. Capitol to the White House. That's a state Joe Biden won. That's looking to be called for Donald Trump very soon. Georgia already has been called for Donald Trump. That is a state that Joe Biden was able to flip in 2020. And then this was the path most Harris supporters pointed to as her best bet to take the White House, the so-called blue wall that looks very red right now. Part of the mission of this trip appears to be optics. The Speaker's office tells me he'll arrive tomorrow with about 60 Republican lawmakers. They're going to go right past this bridge you see behind me, and they're going to meet, tour with both local, state, and federal law enforcement. Freshman Ohio Senator J.D. Vance made the biggest speech of his life, making the case for Republicans to take back the White House. The theme for Night 3 at the RNC: Make America Strong Again. The latest information from U.S. Central Command is these joint airstrikes in Syria and Iraq hit 85 different targets using 125 different munitions. Now, these strikes went toward command centers, supply lines, storage facilities for things like rockets. Mike and Anna Marie, this was a very nationalist message from Donald Trump talking about this idea of American excellence, and he said he's going to bring the country back from the Biden administration, which he really disparaged today. He said he was going to do it with America First policies, whether it be America First on foreign policy, monetary policy, or policy at the border. Democrats left the debate much more confident than last time about their prospects of holding on to the White House. Republicans say Donald Trump stuck to policy positions they believe are winners. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau sampled 8 large retailers and found that 3 now charge fees for cash back. They're concerned a grocery store like Harris Teeter is on that list and costing you money. Lawmakers tell me their meeting with former President Trump was part pep rally, part campaign strategy, as Republicans look to take back the White House and take the lead on national policy.